Alright boys and girls, we're finally doing it. This was a recommended build over 6 months ago. I'm sorry for the wait. I actually wanted to do the build, but I felt like I just didn't have the right parts or the right roles to really make this build shine. So ladies and gents, we're going to be taking the exotic, the Last Word. We'll be pairing it with the grenade launcher Orewing's Maul, which also happens to have a quick access sling mod on it. And the exotic armor piece of choice is, of course, Lion Rampant. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the build Chopper Gunner. Huh? We're dipping into those Call of Duty roots. Shout out to Dimitri for the recommendation on this name. I was honestly scratching my head. I didn't know what direction we wanted to go with in terms of this build name. But considering we had the AC-130 build last year, it seems appropriate that we'll call this build Chopper Gunner. Now, as you can see from the gameplay, yes, there is lots of in-air hip-fire action going on here. It's actually insane. I was not expecting the accuracy of this weapon to be as good as it was. Like, I know hipfire and Last Word is already really good, but when combined with Lion Rampant, it just gets even nastier. First up, Lion Rampant comes with the perk Jump Jets. It provides additional area maneuverability, and it enables accurate hipfire while you are in the air. Now, like I mentioned, I wanted to make this build a long time ago, but I didn't have the right perks. Lo and behold, my Lion Rampants actually rolled with enhanced hand cannon dexterity, which of course greatly increases our handling speed with our Last Word here. Now, the Last Word itself already has the best hipfire accuracy probably out of any weapon. First, it has a hipfire grip, which increases our hipfire accuracy as well as the stability when firing from the hip. But it also comes with fan fire, which allows the weapon to be shot in full auto, but its biggest benefits is the increase in reload as well as accuracy on successive hipfire damage. And as you can see there, with each single stack of fan fire, Last Word is able to maintain that increase in hipfire accuracy. So you got 3 different perks here at play that are increasing our accuracy overall when firing from the hip. But just as a cherry on top, we're also rocking enhanced hand cannon targeting, which greatly improves target acquisition. And for those times that you do have an opponent that steps out a little too far, enhanced hand cannon targeting also increases that aim down sight speed for those moments you do need to aim down sights with Last Word. Overall, guys, everything here is turning this build into an absolute monster. Last Word has got handling speed that is essentially lightning fast all on its own, in combination with having the best target acquisition I could possibly give it. Like, going into this, and I'd seen the recommended builds for Last Word with Lion Rampant, like, I felt like it was going to be really good, but I didn't know how good it was going to be. These hipfire shots is insane. Matter of fact, at mid ranges and beyond, where damage fall off for Last Word becomes so steep to the point that it's not even doing any damage or even connecting, the gun still remained sticky. That's how sticky it remained. It seemed to go past that damage fall off range. Now, it doesn't exactly matter. You're not going to be able to tag up the target anyways. The point I'm trying to make is, at every twist and turn while in the air, all of these perks, especially with Lion Rampant, was making Last Word a hipfire machine. Now, a lot of people look at Last Word as being this weapon you should always go for the 3 crit to get that nasty 3 tap. And don't get me wrong, it is nasty when you land it, reaching an optimal time to kill of 0.53 seconds. But the way I was treating this weapon, guys, I was just going purely for just body shots. 4 body shots from the Last Word still kills in 0.8 seconds. That's still a time to kill faster than many of our other weapons, and that is just off of 4 body shots. So yeah, you can either take the time to land 3 crits in a row, which is extremely nasty, and if you got the talent to do it, then do it. Or you can just go straight Chopper Gunner on everybody and just start raining hell from the sky. Now, what is the best weapon to pair with Last Word? You see it all the time in like Rumble. I see people rocking Last Word with Recluse. Is that good? Yes. But stylistically, come on, man. How boring can you be? Orewing's Maul. It's a grenade launcher, and it's a grenade launcher you shouldn't overlook. It's in the same archetype as Mountaintop, and it is a wonderful weapon here to pair with something like Last Word. To be up in the air, bounce a shot off, get some damage into an opponent, just to easily clean them up with Last Word. It's extremely nasty. Now, the role that I have here, it's not bad, but it's not great. I actually was trying so desperately to use concussion grenades. Unfortunately, the blast radius from concussion grenades gives it a whopping minus 200, which significantly drops the blast radius of this grenade launcher, meaning 9 times out of 10 you had to be pretty much directly on point to do any type of damage to an opponent, which either A, result in you just getting a direct hit and kill, or B, you just not even putting any damage on an opponent at all. But ideally here, the perks that I would go for PvP specifically, auto-loading holster is a no-brainer. Really good, especially if you're going to be concentrating on reloading your last word at all times. You don't want to have to keep swapping back and forth to your special weapon to reload it. And I really like quick draw, especially if you are rocking something like auto-loading holster, to immediately get the quick draw back again to get another grenade launcher shot off. It's really nice. Now, in terms of our magazine perks for PvP, again, I like concussion grenades, I like blinding grenades, but for this setup right here, it just seemed a little too difficult to make those perks work for me. So ideally, I would choose something like proximity grenades or high velocity rounds. Either one of those will allow you to do some pretty funky stuff with this grenade launcher. Now, the mod that you definitely should throw on this grenade launcher, especially if you're trying to utilize it with this build, is quick access sling, which allows for that immediate swap after emptying the magazine. And considering that Orewing's Maul is a grenade launcher, only has one round in the magazine, you'll be able to take advantage of quick access sling after every single shot, which results in last word having like quick draw times 3 speed. It's extremely fast. And considering we're supposed to be getting a last word catalyst at some point called High Noon, which gives us a period of bonus precision damage upon readying the weapon. Chopper Gunner here is not even in its final form, guys. So fellas, that is Chopper Gunner. Now I know someone's gonna ask which jump will be better for the Titan class in utilizing this build, especially with something like Lion Rampant. Catapult versus Strafe Lift. Catapult is good, and yes, you will hang in the air for a little bit longer, but with that increased hang time, you'll find yourself floofing a lot more rather than with Strafe. Strafe Lift kind of just allows us to stay just high enough to take advantage of something like Lion Rampant, but not high enough to where it can get us in trouble. Catapult, to me, guys, I felt like I was just floofing too much. And yes, I might get the kill off, but the moment I started taking some damage while in the air, by the time my feet reached the ground, I was normally already dead, as that hang time always got me killed. Like, I know Catapult is tied to like Titan skating. I'm actually not even sure if you can still Titan skate. I know it got nerfed, I want to say like earlier this year, but originally I think you had to rock Catapult and Lion Rampant in order to truly Titan skate. I wasn't even on PC at that time, but even before, I would rock Catapult all the time, just to kind of treat it as more of a jump rather than a lift. But for like the past 8 months or so, I just found Strafe Lift to be much more manageable. The maneuverability was a lot nicer, and again, you don't get stuck in the air for too long, you're not finding yourself in awkward situations, and you're not floofing. Floofing will get you killed. Just ask Warlocks. Well guys, that is our Chopper Gunner build. Try it out. It's accurate, it's fun, and it's nasty. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching, and as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.